Hello everyone, today I would like to tell you about a short talk on request. Number 1. First, the speaker announced next stop Greenwich, and then he suggested passengers remain seated until they had come to a complete stop, and not stand up until they have stopped at the station. Because that was for their own safety. After that, he reminded check around their seat to make sure they had left nothing behind. Finally, he thanked the people for riding the commuter rail service, and he wished they had a pleasant trip. Number 2. First, the speaker welcomed the listener to Franklin Theatre, and then she said that night performance was the opening show of their 25th season because a courtesy to those around they. Members of the audience were asked to turn off all cell phones, pagers, and recording devices before the show began. And the use of cameras was not permitted while the actors were on stage. That include video and digital cameras. Finally, she reminded information on upcoming show was available in the lobby. Number 3. First, the speaker announced they had reached the voicemail of Madam Swartz. Then he said he was either away from his desk or out of the office. Next, he said if they would like to make an appointment, press 1 to speak with his assistant, or wait for the beep and leave a message. Finally, he reminded he would return their call as soon as he can. Number 4. First, the speaker announced Flight 15 was now ready for boarding. Then she suggested all passengers line up at the gate and had their boarding pass ready to show to attendant. Next, she said if they were traveling with small children or needed special assistance boarding the plane, let them know. After that, she said if their carry-on bags were too large, they might be asked to check them. Finally, she reminded non-smoking on flight. Number 5. First, the speaker said a traffic accident downtown was causing major delays on several main roads. Then she said drivers were asked to avoid North State Street and use Constitution Avenue instead if they had to drive downtown. Next, he said even on Constitution Avenue, however, they might still experience some delays. Finally, he said officials expect the delays too large for several hours. Number 6. First, the speaker thanked the people for calling Conway Computers and they valued their call. Then she said all of their lines were busy. Next, she said if they would to reach technical support, hang up and dial the telephone number. And if they wish to speak to a customer service representative, stay on the line and their call would be answered in turn. Finally, she said there was a wait of about 5 minutes. Number 8. First, the speaker introduced Mrs. Chasson, who had just joined their staff as the new manager's assistant. Then he suggested all staff members to help her out during her first few days there, because she learned their office routines. Next, he said he knew they were all ready to help her feel welcome to their office. Finally, he said he appreciated their cooperation in that matter. Number 9. First, the speaker announced the fire alarm system was being tested that morning. Then he said they might hear the alarm go off several times in the course of the morning. Next, he suggested remain calm when they heard the alarm, because there was no need to leave the building or to avoid using the elevator. After that, he said he reminded just continue with their usual routine. Finally, he thanked the people for patience. Number 10. First, the speaker suggested the driver of the white car that was parked near the back entrance moved their car, because there was parked illegally. Then he said they needed to move their car immediately, or it would be ticketed and towed. Next, he said they could park in the visitor parking area that was located near the front of the building. Finally, he reminded the parking area by the back entrance was for delivery vehicles only. Thank you for listening.